Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series regular Clay Harris shared that someone tampered with his car ahead of the Lucas Oil race at Huset's Speedway last night. He says it was done while he was purchasing pit passes for the race. Roll this up over at stockcarreport.com. You can find the link in the description below. Harris posted this over on Facebook saying, someone decided to mess with our car earlier, poured about a half gallon of water in our rear end, and also messed with our right rear. Luckily, we caught the rear end after hot laps, but from now on, we know not to leave the car unattended while getting our pit passes or at any time. Crazy how pathetic people can be. I think he's underplaying that right there. I think there's a lot more stronger words I probably would have used if I had discovered someone was tampering with my car. Anyways, he went on and said he started 23rd, finished 15th after catching the problems on to tomorrow. Harris struggled a little bit early in the night, qualified 10th in Group A. I think he finished 6th or 7th in his heat race. I think he was in Heat 2. That sent him to a B main where he finished in 8th, 2 spots out of the 6 that transferred. That forced him to take provisional. Obviously started in 23rd, but worked his way up to 15th. So despite having a rough start to the night, was able to salvage a 15th place finish. But this behavior is something that is becoming a trend. I've been covering this over the past month or so because he's not the only one to report that skullduggery has been happening in the pits at these various tracks that these tours are going to. Austin Howes reported that his dirt car lift had been stolen at Macon Speedway. He said, if anyone at Macon Speedway tonight has seen someone walk off with a dirt car pit lift, my spare that was hanging on my crash cart is missing. Any info would be great. And that was at the end of June, about 3 weeks ago. And before that, we had the World of Outlaws stop at I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park, and Ryan Unzicker shared that a dozen tires were stolen from him. He initially wrote this: we bought 14 used tires yesterday. They were stacked up between our toter and trailer. Someone came and took 13 of them somewhere between 2 a.m. and 9 a.m. If anyone knows who did this, please reach out. We would like to have them back. We all struggle in this sport. Don't take what's not yours. He would later share an update that he was informed that a number of kids working for the track had gone out to collect the tires and ended up dumping them in a collection spot at the track for used tires, where he found one of them. However, he later discovered that the kids did not work for the track and his tires were indeed stolen. He wrote this over on Facebook. Yesterday, we were told the kids were track workers picking up tires. Today, we got a call saying the track didn't know anything about the kids and didn't hire them. When we left this morning, there were tires and no kids. Looks like we were all outsmarted, but they were seen by others loading tires on a four-wheeler around 8 a.m. Eventually, it will catch up to them. Hopefully, this will bring attention and it won't happen to anyone else. Thank you, I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park, for trying to make this right when you didn't have to. We appreciate it. So clearly, these thieves tried to trick Unzicker by throwing one of the tires in this pile, thinking that it had been picked over and other drivers had gotten to them, other teams, etc., when indeed they had just stolen them and were just kind of throwing that in there to cover their tracks. Just despicable behavior. But I think it seems abundantly clear that this type of low-life behavior is not going to go away anytime soon. Drivers and their teams should invest in cameras, so at the very least, they can bring the individual or individuals to justice when they engage in such acts. So obviously, a camera isn't going to stop someone from tampering with Clay Harris's car, for example, but at least you'll be able to catch them doing that and then hopefully be able to identify them and then confront them, bring them to justice after you have seen and identified who it is. So I definitely feel like that is something that teams are going to have to do. They're going to have to invest in some cameras for their haulers, for their pit area when they go to these tracks throughout the country, so they can hopefully act as not only a preventative measure, but then obviously if something does indeed happen like this, they can catch the person who did it or the persons who did it and bring them to justice. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below.